Alrighty, I'm really excited to continue on in our alphabet of board games. Today we are going H through M. Hello and welcome to Nelson All Over. I'm Nelson and today we are diving in and talking about 6 more board games through the alphabet of board gaming. So if you missed the first video, that is going to be linked down below. There we go through A through G and talk about some of those games. Today we are going H through M. Now these are not my favorite board games of the specified letter. It's just a game that I wanted to kind of talk about because I made the channel to talk about games and here we are talking about them. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive into H. So with H, we've got Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. So this is another cooperative deck building game. So we had one of those on our last, that's what started out our last video actually, was an Aeon's End. So Hogwarts deck building is another cooperative deck building game. However, less excited about this one than I was with Aeon's End. I don't think I really like this game. I appreciated what it was doing. I think that it's a really good game to get people into kind of deck building and into board games as a general. It has a great theme. I love the Harry Potter theme. However, it didn't have a lot of gameplay and some mechanics were a little off for me. Now, I did really much enjoy playing through all the different books. So when you open up the box, it has this 7 different books, and whenever you open a new book, it makes the game a little bit more complex. It eases people into the deck building genre, which I very much appreciate, and you get to kind of play through year 1, 2, 3, adding thematic cards that show up in the books and movies from Harry Potter. Now, if it was not Harry Potter themed, this would be a very, very low rated game for me. The deck of cards is too big. It's a river system, so you're always buying from 6 different cards. We've house ruled a couple of fixes that we could with that, but it feels very luck dependent on which cards flip and what cards you see and how you're going to be able to build those decks. And so with that in mind, Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle was not a game for me. However, if you do enjoy the theme, if you want a little bit lighter of an experience, or if you're looking to get into deck building, you could do worse than this game. So Harry Potter, so it's Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, a cooperative deck building game. So it's a big, long name, but it also, this one was a miss for me, but I did want to talk about it. Luckily, the negativity kind of stops there for the video. The rest of them I do enjoy. Next up, we've got the Isle of Cats, Explore and Draw. Now this is, a subtext. It does start with Isle, so it is an I. There's not a lot of games that start with I, and so I'm happy I had one in my collection. But the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw is a flip and write game genre in the Isle of Cats universe. So the Isle of Cats, you're taking a ship to an island and you're trying to take treasure and cats back from that island to save them. Now, in the original game, it's a polynomial placement of tiles onto your ship. However, in this game, it's a flip and write, meaning that you're going to be flipping cards and you're drawing with dry erase markers on your ship. What's really cool is that every single player gets their own set of dry erase markers. There's multiple colors, which opens up just another dimension of the roll and write or flip and write genre. Actually, Arwen from Cardboard Times had the best way of saying it. It was verb and write. I love it. Love verb and write. But Explore and Draw is actually, I need to say it. If I'm doing the alphabet challenge, I need to call it the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw. Is just a really solid game. It's a great game to pick up. It's very small. You can pick it up, go. It's a great bar game or brewery game because everything is kind of, waterproof, and it's a good, easy game that I've played in a couple of breweries, and I just really appreciate this design. So Explore and Draw is a really solid flip and write or verb and write game if you are looking for one of those. Up next, we have another letter that does not have a lot of games. It's J, but I'm picking just one. So this is the first, it's the first party game on our list. And I call it a party game. It's a social interactive type social lubricant game. So this is a game, it's a word association game, it's a cooperative game where there's going to be one player who is trying to guess a word given clues by the other players. Now what happens in this game is there's a clue given and everyone secretly writes down a clue. Then without the guesser seeing, everyone compares their clues. If any of those clues match, all of the matching clues get removed from the pool that the guesser gets to see, and then they have to make their guess. And so it's a game that I think you're supposed to play a certain number. We just pull it out and just play and use it as a catalyst for conversation. I really enjoy this game. I actually picked this one up. I got it at a Dinged and Dented sale. I'm trying to figure out where it's dinged and dented. I think it's right here on the front. But I think I got this game for like $10. I think it's probably retail around 25. But it's just a excellent word association game. If you're looking for something that you can bring to play with a lot of different people, maybe those people don't necessarily have a lot of board gaming experience, this is a really good pickup for you. Moving on to K. This is just a dry spell, right? We have a lot of games here that are a lot of letters here that don't necessarily have a lot of games associated with them. But K, I think we're going to go a little bit more negative in this one, and that we'll just talk about it. So we've got Kanban. So this is a big game. It's a big box of a game. Kanban, this is a Vital Lacerda design, and this is my least favorite Vital Lacerda game I have played. Now, I have not played all of his designs, but I did not enjoy this one as much as the rest. Now, I think that had to do with a little bit of my life circumstances. So in Kanban, you are running an assembly line, a manufacturing floor, production, trying to meet deadlines and quotas. And at the time, it felt very similar to my job. And it felt like I came home from work and got to play a game where I worked more. And I want to play this game again now that I have changed jobs. I'm doing this full time. I think I could appreciate this design a little bit more. But since that first play, it's been a little soured for me just because it was, I don't know, it felt like work. And so Kanban EV, this is a beautiful Ian O'Toole illustrated and graphically designed game, and really interesting, where you're manufacturing cars and trying to put in cool and different features into cars so that they are the most attractive cars for the consumer. But Kanban EV is a hefty game. It's a big one, and this is the redo from its original version. So Kanban EV is our K game. Next up, we have our L game, and L brings us yet another deck builder. It is Lost Ruins of Arnak. Lost Ruins of Arnak is a worker placement deck building game where players are exploring an uncharted island, fighting different monsters and guardians, trying to get treasure and be the greatest explorer of all time. And I adore this game. This game is everything that I would put on a board game wish list. If I could write all the mechanics down that I wanted, this is probably very close to what that would look like. And I appreciate the design. The expansion is really good. If you saw the expansion video that I did, I really appreciate the expansion. I would not play this game without the expansion. That's how good it is. It adds some asymmetrical powers, and I am also a sucker for that. This game I have played a good bit, and yet I feel like I still want to play it more. Like, I want to end the video and go play this game right now just because I'm getting excited about talking about it. But Lost Ruins of Arnak is our L game of the list. And for our final game of the H through M list, we have an M game. This is a game by Reiner Knizia, and it is Modern Art. Modern Art is the perfect bidding game, in my opinion. I was trying to even think of something that I could compare it to. I don't think I can, because this just nails it. So in Modern Art, you are art connoisseurs trying to buy and sell different art, and the way that it works is on your turn, you're going to place a piece of art up for sale. That piece of art then has different types of ways you can bid on it. So it may be a closed bid auction where everyone at the table is going to secretly determine a bid, all flip up at the same time, and whoever has the highest bid wins that piece of art. It could be a round robin where or a free-form type bid where the auctioneer is going and it's like, can I get a 20? Can I get a 30? So there's multiple ways of selling the art. And then at the end of the round, which is triggered by X amount of art being sold, different works of art sell for different prices based on how many works of art were sold that round. And so because the deck is set, you kind of have a idea of how many cards are left in the deck for the future round, and based off of previous round scoring, those could actually sell for more now. So say artist A was scored in round 1 and it scores in round 2, it's going to score again for round 1. And so there's an incentive to seeing what your hand is and trying to make sure that the artist that you're buying art from scores every single round to score you the most victory points possible. And this is a game that works on a couple of different levels. I think it's a great social catalyst, again, just like Just One, where you can sit around, play casually, and then utilize this game as a conversation starter or just like a conversation carrier. Or you can play this very intensely. It can be a mean, cutthroat type game where you and your friends are, going after each other's throats, trying to become the best art connoisseur, art collector there is. This can fit so many of those different situations, so if you have not checked out Modern Art, please do yourself a favor and do that. So there you go. Those are my H through M games that I just felt like talking about. If you want to see the A through G list, that is also down below in the video description. And if you want to see what is coming up next in the rest of the alphabet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But until next time, hope you have a blast gaming, and I will see you around. Peace.